Here is a new drone for me at least. You might remember not so long ago I made a video how I repaired my Mavic Pro Platinum that had fallen into the water, and it worked again beautifully. And then a few weeks ago it got stolen out of my car. So I got a new drone, and just for completeness sake on this channel I'll quickly unbox this drone. There are of course zillions of unboxing videos on YouTube, but again, this is just for completeness sake. Let's take a look at this. So I ordered this online together with a mini SD card, several propellers, the drone, the control unit, which is new, which is different from the Mavic Pro, and additional batteries. This box is tightly wrapped in plastic, which I have to take off. This is the so-called Fly More combo. So it comes with a carrying bag. This nicely packed. So in this black box, you have a set of propellers and the instruction manual. The propellers are individually wrapped, that's quite neat, and they seem smaller than the ones in my earlier Mavic Pro, but a little bit wider. This might translate into a different noise once the drone flies. The bag is different from the Mavic Pro that I had because it doesn't have any outside pockets. The other one had outside pockets where you could store the additional batteries. But this is quite compact once you open it. This control unit is a lot bigger than the one I had with the Mavic Pro, but the advantage is that you can attach a lot larger phones or even an iPad to it. Then there is another nice little black box inside with the batteries and the charger. This is the look of the battery. The flight time is supposed to be longer than with the Mavic Pro that I had before. But interestingly, the battery is a lot smaller than the one that I had in the Mavic Pro. This one I still have because this was from the drone that fell into the water, and this doesn't work anymore, so I have to throw it away. Mavic Air's battery is quite a bit smaller. This little device here is quite nice. It's a lot smaller than what I had with the Mavic Pro. It allows for charging of multiple batteries. And then the drone itself is about a similar size and weight as that of the Mavic Pro. So it seems quite familiar. And for transport, it is secured. So you have to take this off in order to be able to remove this camera protection. And the camera and the gimbal is a lot sturdier. It looks a lot sturdier than with the Mavic Pro, which, as you know, was a weak spot of the Mavic Pro, and very easily you could damage things there with the gimbal and the control ribbons. So you screw these in. I wonder though whether this is really that useful, because if you have to take them off for transportation, then you might easily drop these and lose them. But maybe you could leave them in practical use. In the batteries, the and not a separate line of little lights as I had on the Mavic Pro battery. An interesting thing when mounting the propellers is that you cannot just simply put whatever propeller you want on these rotor heads, but they are color-coded. You see here this silvery strip, so they have to come to this rotor head. So you see here this propeller without the silvery circle goes on this rotor head. Now you would expect maybe front and the back to be different, but here it's diagonally different. That's interesting. So you have a silvery circle propeller on the front right and rear left, and one without on the front left and rear right. As to the controller, you turn it on with this button here. This is a sign that there's not that much charge in the battery. This bit here you pull out. That's where the phone goes, or the iPad, or whatever you need. And then tucked down below is the connector cable. This is a bit tricky. So you pull it out and then you connect your phone to this little machine. Finally, I was looking for hours for an additional cable to charge the controller. I thought it had come without, but here in the lid of this pouch is a little pocket, difficult to see, and in there was an additional cable to connect an Android phone to the controller, and a cable to charge the controller. Plus, this is very nice, filters for special effects with the camera. This is a very nice surprise because otherwise you'd had to buy them extra. But in my experience, the automatic settings of the camera were so good that I practically never needed any filter. This is an additional little USB hub. And with that you can connect the battery and the phone to the controller for additional charging options.